Welcome to the Cool Fireman Podcast, a virtual firehouse kitchen table with What's a Rolfie, Unky, Fireman 1231, JDB Cubed, and Fireman Freddy. Let's get to the show.
All right, welcome back to the Cool Fireman Podcast. We've got Doug, Matt. I'm Freddy. How you doing?
Freddy.
Welcome back. You made it. We're here. This week we have a very exciting guest. His name is Miguel Baez. Baez. I don't know why I said it so weird like that.
I don't know why I've been calling him Michael this whole time. That's so horrible.
What? Miguel is like Michael, right?
It is. It's actually Michael, yeah. But you'll be surprised. I got like 5 different names in the firehouse, dude.
That sounds probably
Two of them you can't tell us what they are.
Oh, yeah. They're all good. All good.
Miguel is a firefighter in Massachusetts. He has a very inspirational story that we want him to share with all of you. So welcome to the podcast, Miguel Baez.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. This is such a blessing for me, for real, to be first podcast, especially with Fireman. This is amazing. You guys make me feel so comfortable. You know, you always get a little butterfly things, but with you guys, it's like, nah, man, this is cool. This is gonna be cool. So I'm good.
So as we always do, we're gonna take a quick moment of silence for anybody we may have lost in the past week. So please indulge us in that. Okay. Thank you for that. Those of you out there who have lost someone, we are thinking about you. We have your back. If you need anything, please reach out to us in any way you can. We'll help any way we can. So,
hey, along the lines of helping people, Fred, we need to, we're going to push something. So we had talked
push
a couple,
push it real good.
Push it
real good.
Okay, this just got real freaky. So
Whoa, I come back to freaky. What happened? Whoa, what? Freaky like me.
Hey, Doug, get a glove. All right, get in the game. Okay.
No glove, no love. What are we doing?
Hey, we're gonna push. We talked a few weeks ago about wanting to do another event for a charity. So we did Taylor's Tins for the First Responders Children Foundation, which we had CEO and President Jillian Crane on, and she was absolutely phenomenal. And so we're absolutely going to definitely stay attached to them. But I think we came up with a great idea, gents. I think that a virtual Fill the Boot, probably in August time. So we're going to come up with a specific date that we'll do a virtual Fill the Boot, and all the proceeds, anything that we get from whatever link we make, will go straight to MDA. So I know a lot of fire departments across the nation, they participate in Fill the Boot for
Labor Day weekend.
Right. So MDA muscular dystrophy. And so we're going to do that. So it's not going to be for a few weeks. But we'll have fun. We'll get on like TikTok live. We're going to have to figure out what platform we're on, but probably TikTok. That way we can bring in co-hosts and we can just talk to people about what we're doing, and hopefully they can give 50 cents or $1 or $10, whatever denomination helps. So that'll be going to MDA. So look for that in August with the Cool Fireman Podcast. But anyways, back to Miguel. And I see your little pup back there. What's
Yeah.
A nice brindled pup, huh?
Yeah, I have a little Cane Corso, which I got actually when I picked them up in North Carolina about 8 months ago. Zuko, say hi. Come.
Zuko. Welcome to the podcast, Zuko.
Hi. Oh, he's amazing. He's 8 months old. It's the best thing ever happened to me, man. It's amazing.
I love you, Dad.
Besides Fireman. That's right. All right. Can you get back? Get back.
How old is he?
8 months. 8 months. Yeah, he's 110 pounds. So good. Yeah. Got another 40 to go, hopefully, you know.
Oh, my
He's amazing.
Beautiful.
He's amazing. We just went camping this weekend. Went to a Brunswick, Maine, close to Canada. And it was amazing. Just me and him. We had an amazing time.
That's awesome.
I love his chain. Yeah.
if you're listening to this,
Dr. Chain,
Apple or whatever other pod or platform that you listen to, where you can't watch the video, you got to get on YouTube and check out Zuko, dude. That guy
is a prince. He's a prince. He's very, very obedient too. Really nice.
His name is Zuko.
Zuko, Prince Zuko.
Like Danny Zuko.
Everyone says about crazy. Everyone asks me the same thing, but
Well, I mean,
it's actually from Avatar, but yeah, it works.
okay.
That works too.
I like it. Either way, he's a handsome boy.
Exactly. Yeah, he's good. He's amazing. Telling you, man. Great therapy, though. Amazing.
Yes.
So yeah.
Miguel, you work as a firefighter in the state of Massachusetts. Are you in a county-based or a municipal department? Small?
We're municipal. We're about 6 square miles, but we are overpopulated. We used to be 66. Oh, big time, dude. We used to be 66,000 people, probably like 50 years ago. Now we just about 120 plus.
in 6 square miles.
Oh my God, yeah, man. And all these houses are triple deckers. This is up north, so they're all triple deckers, and they all built in the 1900s. So, you know, and balloon frame construction. So you know that one, and they like probably 3 or 4 feet apart from each other. So it's yeah. It's a different type of firefighting, but we love it, dude. It's amazing. It's
no
I tell you,
fires. There's still small fires.
No small fires, exactly. I mean, go online and search Lawrence, Mass, and look at the fires that we've been having. I mean, about 5-6 years ago, we had half of the city exploded because the gas company overpressurized the line, and half of the city was shut down because we started having gas leak all over the city, and we had a bunch of explosions. Thank God, only one fatality. But we had a bunch of explosions. I believe 4 or 5 houses exploded. Many fires. We had probably 15 different cities around helping us out. It was shut down. The whole city was shut down for months. So it was crazy. It was crazy, man. It was crazy.
You guys are in northern Massachusetts.
Correct. We probably 25-30 minutes north of Boston.
Okay.
5 minutes away from New Hampshire border.
Pretty big city.
6 square miles. Yeah, it's
well, I mean,
miles.
as far as in relation to the rest of the state.
Yeah.
Other than Boston, of course.
Yeah, and we have.
So you're essentially a suburb of Boston.
Correct.
Don't worry, Doug. You still have the biggest fire department.
You can.
Oh my God! Stop,
Doug. You can transfer over if you want, and we'll take it.
We know that's what you're getting at, Doug. We know that's where you're going with it.
and that's not where I'm going. I'm trying to
So yeah,
get up with you guys.
And here's the kitchen table part of it, right? Busting balls.
Yeah. Oh, of course. Part of it, man.
How long you been working there, Miguel?
I've been a fireman for 21 years, man, and loved 21.
21. Sorry.
Yeah, and loved every minute of it. Every freaking minute of it. It's. I look forward to come to work. I wanted to be a fireman since I was probably like 12, 13 years old. I'm Dominican. I come from Dominican Republic. I got here when I was 15 years old in 87. So if my accents, if you have a little words and you say, what did it say? Don't mind it. A bunch of the guys here say that I speak Miguel, so.
Yeah, so you got Dominican mixed with Boston.
Yeah,
that's pretty awesome.
And you know how that is.
I love it.
You probably seen some Dominican players like giving interviews. You know, Dominican baseball players. So.
We do that with Nick sometimes.
Yeah,
one of the other guys on the
yeah, we already have a train.
We're like, what did you say?
Exactly, that's me, man.
And he's just from North Carolina. That's all.
That's the first thing we did when we started a podcast with Nick is we had to hire a translator.
Sometimes.
That's Chad GPT didn't even help.
Yeah, no kidding. That's what my captain says. My captain says he can be my translator. I have 2 best friends here, 2 captains, and they're my best friends. When I had my accident, they were the only people that I was in contact with, so they can get in contact with everybody else. So what they both says, like, if anybody needs translation, let me know, because I'm the only one that can understand Miguel. Like, I speak Miguel sometimes, you know.
So you say accident. What kind of accident? Talk us.
Well, yeah. In August 2021, around, I was driving my motorcycle. I had a Ducati Diavolo 2016, and I just bought it, man. It was brand new. I got it with 1,000 miles. Beautiful, probably like 5 months prior to that. And I was driving the road that I normally drive all the time when I used to go home in New Hampshire. Secluded, very dark area, very wooded area. And I was just driving a little bit too fast. I normally book it every time, the same road. But that night, for some reason, I just went a little overboard. And there was a curve coming. I knew I wasn't going to make it. I applied the brake as much as I could. And the ABS on the bike didn't lock on. It just kept on shaking. And that threw me off. I kind of was thinking, like, I knew it was going fast and I knew I was going to make the corner. But I was thinking maybe if I locked the brakes, I'd be able to dump the bike. So it didn't happen. What happened was that the more that I applied the brake, the more the bike shook. And that threw me off. That completely threw me off. And at that point, I say, I'm fucked. And as soon as I say I'm fucked, I went a little bit on the side of the road, trying to make the corner, the curve, and I hit a rock. The motorcycle split my pelvis and threw me to the woods. Now, this is 11:45 at night, dark as hell. Threw me through the woods. I hit a bunch of trees. I couldn't get up. I remember shallow breathing. I could barely breathe. I was really messed up. I was pushing and pushing, trying to get up, but I couldn't. And at that point, I say, I'm fucked. I never thought I was going to die. I never thought, what the heck is wrong with me? Like, I couldn't move, but I know I was fucked. I just didn't say I'm dying. I just say I'm fucked. I'm fucked. I kept repeating the same thing. And for some reason, I tell you, man, for some reason, someone, and this is a road that no one travels, probably like 3 minutes, 4 minutes behind me, there was a car that drove by and saw the motorcycle on the side of the road and called it in. 911 saying, there's a motorcycle on the side of the road, but there's no one in it. No, there's no one around it. So the cops showed up probably like around 5 minutes later, and they went and looked into the woods and they found me. So when I never lost consciousness. I remember the blast. I never felt any pain. I remember the blast. I remember hitting all that noise and remember opening my eyes and trying to get up, and I couldn't, just shallow, barely breathing. And when I opened my eyes, I saw a pair of boots in front of me, and all I heard was, don't move, they're coming. So I blacked out, opened up my eyes. I was being introduced in the back of the ambulance. I remember one of the guys said, I remember saying to the guys, I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry, guys. Why? I have no idea. But I kept on saying, I'm sorry, guys. And one of them says he must be a fireman because he has a tattoo of a fireman on his chest. And at that point, I blanked out, woke up again, and I was being introduced in the back of a helicopter. I remember seeing the red light, and I kept on asking the paramedic, how's my leg? Didn't know anything about my leg because I didn't feel anything. I wasn't under no pain. I was nothing. I just kept on saying, how's my leg? How's my leg? And I remember him saying, don't worry about your leg. I'm going to put headphones on so you don't hear the propeller. I'm going to give you something to relax. So at that point, he gave me something, and I just went to sleep. I remember just leaving the area. I was out. And then I woke up 3 weeks later.
3 weeks.
3 weeks later in the hospital. That's nothing, guy, man. I'm a miracle, man. And I tell you, I believe in the power of prayer, and I believe in God. I grew up with my grandmother's always, teaching me about God, but you're young, you kids, you hear it inside in one ear or the other. It's not like you follow it all the time. You know that God's there and things, but you never obviously follow it or seek Him unless you're going through some shit. So I woke up 3 weeks later, and I didn't have my leg. My leg was lost on impact. I saw pictures of it. It was attached by a little bit of skin. It was on the side of me with a little bit of skin. So when I woke up, my wife told me, don't worry about your injuries because they had to work on you before any of the injuries. I'm like, what are you talking about? She goes like, well, they discover. By the way, the motorcycle accident left me with 11 broken ribs, a collapsed lung, blood clots in the other one. My pancreas, my liver, my kidney were damaged. My pelvis was split, and I lost my leg on impact. thank God everything happened on the right side of my body. It seems like they grabbed me and they just dunk the right side of my body. So I don't even have a scratch on the left side of my body. Everything is on the right side. Not even a scratch, dude. So when I woke up, they told me, don't worry about your injuries because we found a blood clot near your heart that we had to treat it first. They had nothing to do with the accident. Absolutely nothing. That if they wouldn't have discovered during this period, I probably would have died of a heart attack a few weeks later, according to the doctor.
Oh, fine.
So, and during those 3 weeks, I actually thought it was 3 days. I woke up and I told my ex-wife, I'm like, how long have I been here? 3 days? She goes, no, you've been here for 3 weeks. I'm like, what? So, yeah. So during those 3 weeks, I went to many places, man. I tell you, yeah, I believe the spirit stays alive. You go somewhere. Yeah, I went to many places, dark places, ugly places, places where I knew I had an accident while I was in a coma. I just could not wake up or talk or anything, but I went to many places. Dark places, ugly places, and some nice ones. I remember going 3 times to this place where the only thing that came out of my mouth was, I want to talk to God because I want to stay here. I went 3 times to the same place, and 3 times I asked the same thing. I always tell people the short version of it, but I'll tell you guys a little bit. When I got there, all I saw was a dark cloud of smoke, very dark cloud of smoke, and I couldn't go through it. And coming out of it was a huge lion's head. Why did I see that? I don't know, but it was a huge fluorescent blue lion's head. And I'm in front of the lion head, and all I say is, I want to talk to God because I want to stay. It was such a peace, tremendous peace. I got there. I didn't ask, was my family, was my kids, what happened to me? Nothing. It was just, I want to talk to God because I want to stay. And I was told, you can't talk to God. There was 3 cylinders on the floor. It said, all you can do is just whisper your question and introduce it into the lion's mouth, which I did. Now, 3 times it was the same exact thing, same exact scenario. I asked for the same thing, and they had told me the same thing. You have to put the cylinder into the lion's mouth. So the cylinder came back, the first one saying, the lion spit it back saying, you can't talk to God, as well as a voice, old man's voice. I kept hearing, you can't talk to God because you're going back. Second one, you can't talk to God because you're going back. And the third one, as weird as it is, instead of being the cylinder being fluorescent blue, it came out fluorescent yellow. And he says, you can't talk to God because you're going back to your family. And at that point, I said, well, if they don't want me here, let's go back and fight. Because to me, I thought I was going to be paralyzed. Since I couldn't move when I woke up, I couldn't breathe, I swear that I was going to be paralyzed. So I said, let's go back and fight. But when I woke up from the coma, they told I had an internal bleed that they could not stop during those 3 weeks. They gave me 61 pints of blood. They could not stop. They could not stop the internal bleed. There was no anesthesia going through me while those 3 weeks because I could not hold it. And I also coded 6 times during those 3 weeks. So they brought me back 6 times. So this is my 7th life. I call myself, I'm on my 7th one right now. So, I'm very grateful because when I woke up and they told me all the stuff that happened to me, I've actually changed my perspective of the accident as a blessing. To me, this accident has been a blessing. When I woke up, the doctor told me you're being amputated below the knee. There was nothing they could do because the motorcycle took my leg exactly at the right diameter that it needs to be amputated below the knee. Another 1/2 inch, 1/4 inch, they would have to go above the knee. And that would have been a pain in the ass. So my perspective changed completely, man. To me, the accident is actually a blessing. The accident actually saved my life. It's how I look at it. So, and when the doctor told me that being an amputee below the knee does not limit me to do anything. And that's all I needed. That's all I needed. I asked the doctor how long he thought that I was going to be in the hospital and rehab. And he gave me, with the injuries that I had, he gave me probably like 1.5 years to be out of the hospital and rehab. And I accepted that. I heard it, but I really didn't accept that I wanted to be at the hospital for 1.5 years and rehab. I kind of I kind of didn't accept that. I didn't want to be that long. My daughter was like, Dad, stop being so hard-headed. It is what it is. You're going to have to stay here that long. And I told her, I don't think so, honey. I think by December, I'm going to be dancing. I don't want to be here. You know, I don't look forward to be here. So, and I decided, I told my wife that I wanted to be alone for the time that I was at the hospital. I wanted to go inside me. I really wanted to take a look at myself and really think about everything that was going to happen. I made a decision that I know it was going to be a long time. I don't know exactly. I know it was going to be a year and a half, but I know it was going to be a long time for my injuries to get better. I know that whether I get depressed, mad, pissed off, anxious, nothing was going to change the time that needed to pass by in order for me to be where I wanted. So I made peace with that. And I spent 4 months in the hospital and all by myself. Only my two captains were the only contact that I had. And I just wanted to be alone. I didn't want to talk to no one. I just wanted to be alone. And I just went inside. I talked a lot to God. Since he left me alive, there was a reason for it. He must have want me to do something. And I told him that whatever he has in mind for me, whatever he wants me to do, use me as his instrument. I believe in the power of prayers. I've been praying for people, which I didn't used to. I had people praying for me all around the world. Like, I didn't know I had that many people that actually like me. They did a fundraiser here at a club that we have called the Relief Zing, which is a pretty big club. And the thing was so packed that they couldn't fit anyone in there. I have no idea. They always have done fundraisers and they never been like that. And I'm like, wow, I was actually surprised to listen and hear all the stuff that people, because, you know, I love my job and I try to help anybody without looking for anything. Meaning, I love to help people. It's what I do. That's why I love firefighting. And I made that decision that I was going to come back if once the doctor told me that below the knee amputation, there's no limitation for me. So I made that decision. I said I was going to come back. I told my captain, I'm coming back and I'm going to work my ass off, whatever I need to do to come back. And that's what I did. I kind of went inside myself. I talked to myself a lot. I talked to God a lot. I asked for the strength for those days that you don't feel like you want to do shit, those days that you want to be negative, those days that they take a hold on you, you know, those days you don't want to get up. You wake up and you just want to stay in bed. And to me, it was like, no, fuck that. I'm not here to do this shit. Let's get up and let's do something. So that's how I started. And every day I talk to God multiple times a day. It's just me. I know that everybody has a different vision of God, but I talk to him every day. Before I brush my teeth, I probably have said thank you maybe 800 times for everything. And the good thing is that this accident has helped me a lot because it has taken a lot of people that weren't good to me out of my life, and a lot of people that God wants me to meet, it's put it in my life. So it's amazing, man. It's really amazing. And I'm a believe it or not, with the guys, I'm social, I'm loud, but other than that, I'm very introvert. You know, I'm kind of quiet in a way. If you tell someone, hey, Miguel's kind of quiet, they'll be telling you, yeah, right. Good luck with that. But I am, you know, I'm not really, like I say, I'm not a social media guy. I'm always have the little fear. I don't know what it is because of how you grew up or whatever. But no, man, this thing is opening doors for me that I can, you know, that I've been talking to people. Someone told me, you know, you don't help anybody by just being quiet and not telling anybody. If you put yourself out there, there'll be a lot of people that you're going to be able to help out. And it has been like that. A friend of mine posted it on Facebook. He asked me if he mind me to post a picture on Facebook that I took in front of a truck. And I told him, no, I have no problem. Then he went crazy from there. So I went to fire dispatch for 6 months. It It was something that none of us like. Once you're in the truck and you work years in the truck,
You don't want to sit in dispatch.
you know how it is. Going to dispatch, it's like, it's like, and everyone's like, dude, you're gonna be able to do that? I'm like, hey, I make peace with it. I know that I needed to go there for light duty for a while, and I made peace with that too. I made sure that I wasn't gonna get sick and tired of it. I just was positive about it. I really put it in a positive perspective of it. And it went good, man. It went good. It went so good that I think my group was the only group that never had a fire. I never hosted a fire, man. It was like, what the heck? So other groups have fires, but my group never did. It was like, well.
So on your route, on your travels back from your injury, was there ever a time that somebody told you no, or was there ever a time that you said to yourself, like, you know what, maybe this is too much for me to try and get back? Because obviously right now you're back on the job. You're doing it. You have overcome arguably one of the most difficult things to overcome. There are guys on the job right now with 2 legs and they suck at the job. And let's be serious, we all work with them. There's guys who've got 2 legs, and you're like, dude, come on.
I'm glad you said that, man.
and here you are, who you have overcome this horrible circumstance, and you are succeeding. Was there ever a point where somebody told you, like, dude, just, you're not going to do it, give up? Or did you have that inner conflict where you're like, you know what, maybe this is too much?
Well, Fred, let me tell you, when I was on my own, when I was by myself, when I decided to really think about this, I knew it was going to be hard. I knew that the exercises and everything was going to be tough, trying to get back. But I made that decision. That decision was in my head. And the funny thing about that is, Freddie, that I tell you why, because now it's a little different, but while I was in the hospital and rehab and probably like 4 or 5 months after, I never had a negative thought in my head. I never, ever had any doubt that I could not do it. Never came. I mean, I had people very close to me saying, including a very important person in the fire department, saying, yeah, you're not coming back. I don't think it's going to happen. You're not, I don't think I'm going to see that while I'm here and things like that. And I actually got in touch with my union president, and I told him the conversation that I had with someone like that. And he goes like, listen, don't listen to anybody. Just, because it pissed me off. Well, I wanted to come back. I came back, and I was showing people that I was looking forward to come back and do what I love. And this person said, yeah, no, I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think it's going to, you're going to do it while I'm here. We never had an amputee in Massachusetts. I haven't seen anybody that had come back as an amputee on a fire truck. And I told the person, well, do your research and find out, because I'm coming back. And the union president told me to use that as a motivation. And I did, man. I just went inside and I shut all the negative talk. I didn't care what people said. When I was in the hospital, I started researching how many firefighters were in the country, amputees. And I believe at that time I found there were 3. And then shortly after, I said, you know what? I really don't care how many guys are in the country. I'm glad they're on the job, but I really don't care. This is me. I'm going to focus on me. I'm going to put all the strength that I need for me to come out on top. I want to do this. I was a little selfish because I went on me. I put everything on me. I did. I had very close people told me, listen, why don't you just stay home and just become a car detailer? You can do that on a wheelchair. You don't have to. I'm like, no, that's not what I want. I really don't want that. I'm feel young. I'm 50. I'm going to be 50 in October, but I don't feel 50. That's what everybody says. But you know what? I don't feel it. I'm always a physical guy. I'm always doing physical stuff. I'm going to the gym. I'm always working out. I always try to maintain a physical appearance for my health. More than anything, not just because of the look, but for my health. And I believe that helped me out a lot going through the process that I did. So I never had any negative thoughts that I wasn't going to make it, or what if this happened. I just never thought anything negative. I remember going to the rehab, and when you go to the rehab, they always ask you, like, my elbow was shattered. My elbow was messed up. I had 5 surgeries on it. Thank God I'm good. But I could not bend my arm more than like maybe this much up to 8 months ago. But with therapy and a machine that you had to wear every day to, make it go stand it and stretch it and things like that. I did that for like 5 months every day, 30 minutes. And I'm glad that now I can, what I call the guys, when I tell the guys, I'm glad I can, touch my face now. I couldn't before. But yeah, well, the funny thing is that when I was at that rehab, the lady says, what's your goal? What is it that you want to do? And I remember, you had one for your legs and another therapy for your arm. And I told the lady, with my arm, all I want to do is just wipe my ass, because I can. It sucks, dude, when you're in bed and an 18-year-old have to come in and wipe your ass. Nice, beautiful, and it sucked, man. That was the worst part of the whole time that I was in rehab. It's having some young girl that come in and wipe your ass. It sucks. So that's what I told them. I'm like, I want to be able to wipe my own ass. So, and to the leg,
my own ass.
Yeah.
It's the little things in life, right?
Exactly. Those little things like that make a big difference, because every time I could do something like touch my face, I'm like, yeah, man, tears of joy came out, touch my back. I'm like, oh my God, tears of joy came out. So
as long as you touch your face after you wash your hands from wiping your ass.
Yeah. There's a couple of miscommunication between my hand and my skin. But and for my leg, I just told the lady that I was looking forward to come back. They were surprised. I go, really? So yeah, I wanted to work out on things that we do normally at the firehouse, crawling in your knees and things like that, climbing ladders, all that stuff we were doing at rehab, which I was so happy that the girl that I had was adamant. Like, she really pushed me to do things, and myself, I always try to push myself a little bit extra, not to overdo it, but always try to do a little bit extra. Always happy. Every time I went to do a workout, I was always happy, because I always wanted to see what I could do more every day. And knowing that when I woke up from a coma, I had probably 3 days after, I had 4 people trying to help me out. It sucks, the 3 weeks in a coma. And I was just never positive, negative. I always thought that, I love this job. I love this job since I can remember, since I was 12, 13 years old. And I got here. I'm glad I got in it. It's very, very political up here. And I'm glad I got in it, and it's been the best ever since. I mean, last week, the Salem Fire Department, which is the guys that picked me up, they contacted me, and they were very happy to see that I was back on the truck. I have received so much positive reinforcement from everybody. It's been amazing, man. And it just gives me a lot more motivation to just keep doing it, And I'm so glad that someone told me, hey, just put yourself out there, because you'll be able to help a lot of people. There's a guy in Proctor, which is another city east of Boston. He's an amputee. He just had lost his leg on a motorcycle accident, and he reached out to me to see if I could give him some hint and help on getting back to the truck. And yeah, man, and a girl from Baltimore, also that heard my story through Facebook.
You're inspiring people, man.
And that's the thing. That's something that I never thought that, because for whatever reason, man, culture-wise or whatever, you always either camera shy or don't want to talk to people for what, like a fear or whatever stage or whatever. But yeah, through this, I've been breaking through some people that have that have called me on Thursday. The New Hampshire Fire Academy, they having a 55 teenagers going up this whole week. They're having a fire, I don't know what it is, some fire, something with some young kids. And they asked me if I could come up and kind of talk to them and tell them a little bit about. And I told them, of course, I wouldn't mind. I don't mind it. I like that. And like I said, something that I always wanted to do. I wanted to talk to kids, especially the area that around here, because knowing this area, the kids are rough everywhere now. You know, you ask a teenager now what they want to do when they grow up, and they have no idea, man. They have no idea what kids want to do now when they grow up. And I kind of want to talk to kids on 8th grade just to kind of give them, you know, a little perspective of life. Just because back in the days, you used to ask a kid, "Hey, what do you want to do when you grow up?" "Oh, I want to be a police. I want to be a fireman, a nurse, a doctor, something." Yeah, they always tell you something. But now, no one. I ask people
I want to be a
all the time.
social media influencer.
Something like that. Yeah, yeah. You know. And
Good luck.
And yeah, exactly. And he sucks. It sucks because I keep telling him, I'm like, "What do you mean you have no inspiration? Like you don't know what you want to do? Like when you know, time is gonna fly and it's gonna pass by, and you're gonna kick yourself in the ass, saying like, shit, I wish I would have done something." Then you're gonna find a job that's just gonna work 8 hours a week and be miserable at it, you know.
And hate, you're gonna hate it all your life.
Yeah, hate the people you work with too. You know?
Yeah,
Sucks.
yeah, you're just grumpy all the time.
Oh, exactly.
You're
So
also
do you have a specialized for your gear to turn out?
You have a specialized
Yes, I worked with Hangers Clinic. They that guy was amazing, man. Everyone that's been on my life in my journey been amazing. I have a procedure on my stump that it's a procedure they started doing to veterans, which is they fuse in the nerves instead of cutting the nerves when you get amputee. When you get an amputation, instead of cutting the nerves, now they fuse them. So you kind of have control of your toes, you know? So eventually that theory behind that is they're going to develop a foot with a sensor, with a sock sensor that you can put on your stump. And if you want to kick a ball, your foot will react. So when you kick the ball, you know? So those are in development right now, but that's yeah, man, it's amazing because it gives me a lot of freedom in a way that I have no phantom pains, which I talk to people and people have phantom pains for the rest of their life and they hate it. I have probably 1 or 2 a month maybe, and really not painful, something that I can tolerate. So I don't have to take medication, neuropain for that shit, which is great. I feel bad when people tell me I can't stand them, I hate them and all that. One of my captain had a motorcycle accident and his leg was reconstructed and he was mangled. So he takes medicine for neuropain because he does have phantom pain. So when he called me, he goes like, "Hey, how's your phantom pains?" And I told him, that was at the beginning. I told him, "Oh, yeah, they there. I feel them. I feel my toes and my heel and all this shit." And he goes, "What do you think about it?" I'm like, "I don't mind it." Like, what? I'm like, "No, I don't mind him." He's like, "What do you mean?" I'm like, "No, it just makes me think how it was when I used to have my foot, you know? That's how I think about it." And he's like, "You fucking crazy. How would you think like that? You don't hate this shit?" I'm like, "No, why am I going to hate it? If I hate it, I'm already putting myself in a non-win battle. Like I'm going to be, every time it happens, I'm going to be fucking pissed off and shit. Why? It is what it is. Something that's going to be with me."
the whole common theme to this entire podcast has just been a positive attitude. Like you seriously have a glass half full positive attitude. And now I'm not probably, I mean, you could probably say there were some dark days in your journey from the time that happened until, and you know, you explained some of the things about, you know, being by yourself and really like, you know, introspection in the hospital and what you needed to do to get through. But your attitude, man, is just so awesome. It's so rad. I mean, that's probably the main reason why you're back to work, is because you just kept a good attitude and that, you know, you had motivation, you had purpose, and you achieved your goal. So I'm blown away.
Oh, thank you, man. Thank you. That's some of the guys, those were their comments. They said, if anybody can pull through, it will be Miguel. if anybody can come back to work, it will be Miguel, because they know how I am. You know, I'm a guy that come into work and I will hug you. I come into work and I would say, hey, brother, I'll give you a nice hug. I'm a hugger. I believe in hug, like, you know, I feel like my Jesus will meet you, Jesus. When I hug, you know what I'm saying? And I say, hey, have a wonderful day. We're going to have an amazing day today. And, you know, and that's how I set up my days every time I come in. And I'm the type of person that it doesn't matter how many people are in the room. I will shake everyone's hand. I'm not the type of person that I would just go around, hey, no, I will go around and shake everyone's hand and say, hey, hi, how you doing, Miguel? Like, I will introduce myself. But that's something that my grandmother taught me, you know, and it just stuck with me. My kids the same way. My kids used to visit me at the fire department every day when I was working, and they the same thing. They say hi to everyone, you know. Yeah, people that we know really close, you know, they hug. But and there's some guys that you tell them, like, stay away from this person. You know, there's definitely a couple of those. But you just shake those hands, you don't hug them.
Hey, how you doing? See you later.
Yeah, exactly. You know, so yeah, man. You know, I've been blessed. I'm very blessed. I thank God every day. The people that He's been putting in my way, my journey, been amazing. And you know, I figure when I was in on my own, I figure, is this the end or is this going to be my beginning? Like, it's up to me to make it at the end of the beginning, you know? And I said, nah, man, I this is it. I know I have these injuries. I know this is, I'm awake for a reason. See, that's the thing. When I asked to stay and the doctor told my family, that was another thing. The doctor told my family there was nothing they could do for me because they could not stop the internal bleeding. There was nothing they could do. I remember hearing my daughter and my son saying, Dad, it's okay. We're going to be okay. We're going to be fine. Don't worry about it. You know, just be at ease. We're going to be fine. So I remember them talking. I remember everyone talking in the room, but I could not wake up or speak. I just couldn't, but I could hear them. And so by me waking up and not giving me any chance of coming back, I figure, listen, if God wants me here, it's a reason. So it doesn't matter. If I tell myself I'm going to do this, I have God behind me. So I'm going to do it. And that's why I believe there's no negative thoughts that, you know, that just got in my head. I decided not to give energy to the outcome that I didn't want. I focused so much on what I wanted. I know that my goal was coming back to the truck. And I know everything that needed to happen prior for me to do that. So I made peace with all that. I made peace with the time. I made peace with what I was going through. I made peace with whatever obstacle came. I was going to do my best to overcome it. And I did that. I made sure that I concentrated on the positive side of the fact of what I was going through, not to give energy to the negative side of the fact, because I knew that giving energy to the negative side of the fact was going to give me negative thoughts and then bad feelings. And I didn't want that. So I just wanted to be in a good spirit. I wanted to be in a good place, even though the injuries I was going through. I wanted to make the best of what I had at that time.
Yeah.
So, and that's what I did. I concentrated on my own. I meditated a lot. I concentrated and I focused on all the injuries I had. And I always talked to God. It was like every couple of hours, I always talked to God, you know, like, it's just me and him, I feel.
We're happy you're here.
Thank you, man. Thank you. I'm so happy, you guys. I'm so happy I found you guys, man. This is amazing.
Yeah.
I hope I can come back, you know, and kind of like,
oh, absolutely,
for real, man. I like this.
Absolutely.
Really
yeah. No,
I really do.
Your story is amazing. It's inspirational and it's everything, all the above.
So Miguel,
yes.
So Miguel, we do every podcast we do something called a turnout drill. We do 5 questions, kind of make you think. Fun, lighthearted questions, nothing like, you know, too crazy. You ready for them? Ready to do a turnout drill?
Hit me.
You got your times back down under a minute, right?
Oh, all right.
All right. So one question that we seem to ask every podcast is, if you could have lunch with anybody, alive or dead, who would it be? Anybody in the world.
Anybody in the world?
In history, in the world, whatever, alive or dead, who would it be?
Wow. I will say, honestly, if I can have an opportunity to have lunch with my grandmother again and my dad, that would be amazing. Because there's so many things that you took for granted that you wish you could say, or do when you have them in front that you didn't have the time. I think that would be the best thing. That would lunch, definitely.
That's an awesome answer.
Yes.
If you were given $10,000 to spend at any store, what store would it be?
Store. That's a good question, man. $10,000 at any given store.
Yep.
Wow, man, that's a good question. I will say an outdoor place.
Okay, like a Bass Pro or something like that?
Yeah. I think I'll spend all the money in there.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. What is your favorite dessert?
Flan. It's called flan.
Oh, I love flan.
Yes.
So good.
That's my favorite dessert. And that's then I know that everyone eats flan, as soon as like nice and tender and stuff. But what I do is I freeze it.
Okay.
And I eat it kind of like an ice cream. It is amazing to me. I love that. So when I get a flan, I put it in the freezer. No, but I have so many people now that bring me flan. I have so many close people that have flan for me all the time now.
You're going to get so much more now, baby.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
How about
Matt? You gotta try flan, Matt. You gotta try the flan, man. I'm telling you.
There's
Dog, you gotta try flan.
I'm in California, so there's a lot of flan.
Oh yeah. Give it a try, man.
are you an early bird or a night owl?
I am a night owl. I love the night. I can go to sleep till I can break night easy. I mean, I always did that. It's just something that, for some reason, just stuck with me. I can wake up early. I have no problem. If I have to do something, I have no problem waking up early. But I love to go to sleep late.
I feel like that's like a personality trait that you get when you're just born. Like you're either a late night guy or you're an early morning guy, and there's no change.
Yeah.
When I wanted to be an early morning person my whole life, and I just can't do it.
Yeah, when I was a kid, I used to back in Dominican, we used to hang out till late night. Late night, and it was like my grandmother. All right, so the lights out 11 o'clock, and even though you were a kid, 11 o'clock was pretty late, and we kind of I think okay, I got you. So sorry guys. I'm trying to mess it because I think I got that screen kind of big, but it is. I'll leave it like that. Can you see me?
Yep, you're perfect.
All right, fine. As long as you can see me, it's good. So I used to hang out late night, and it was good. It was good since I was a little kid. So coming here, it was just an easy transaction because it was just with my grandmother and my dad, and it took me probably like 3 years in order for me to get comfortable with the street. And then, I'm a night person.
All right. What's your go-to recipe?
Go-to recipe. I tell you something. My captain made what is chicken basil? Chicken basil.
Basil cream or
he made a chicken basil with ziti, and ever since, that's my go-to meal. Like he knows that. Like every time he invites me over, it's always the chicken pesto basil. That's what it is.
There it is.
Yeah, that's what it is. Right, it's amazing, man.
All right.
And then last one. Let's see here. I just had it and I lost it. Oh, what is your favorite sport to watch?
Basketball. To watch basketball. Definitely. I like baseball. I have played every sport. I played a little bit of hockey. Listen, I I hit all my stages, man. I'll tell you something. I'm Dominican, but there was a point in my life when I was white.
He played hockey.
Dude, I played hockey. I worked prior to Fireman. I worked at a country club, cooking at a country club, and all my friends there were white. And I tell you, man, the bond that we created was amazing. So I'm a metallic, I'm a heavy metal type of guy.
Hey.
And I play hockey, I play football, I play baseball, I play everything. I'm an outdoor guy, so I always, I always. But basketball was my go-to game. Definitely.
Cool. And then this is a question just for me because I think I know the answer. Who makes the best rum?
Dominicans, man. Dominicans make the best rum, man.
Amen. Amen to that. I'm talking about that's a religion to some. Amen. I love it.
And if you don't believe me, we get together one day and I'll show you. I'll prove it to you.
Do not threaten me with a good time. Miguel. Do not.
I'm telling you, man. We do it.
Miguel, let me tell you, this episode, this has been amazing. This is the positivity that came out of this episode is it's infectious, number one, and number two, hopefully there are people out there that hear your story and it gives them the motivation to say, you know what? He's right. I can do it too. I'm not going to quit, because it's a hell of a lot easier to quit than it is to succeed. But you are living proof that if you put your mind to it, you can do whatever the hell you want. And you are back and you are succeeding and you are an inspiration to all of us. So I can't say thank you enough for sharing your story with us. I am so glad that we got to meet you. I consider you a friend now. You're a brother in the fire service.
Thank you, man.
This was awesome. I'm sure those guys will say the same thing.
Yep. Yeah.
Thank you.
Positivity was the word I was preaching on, or I had on my mind to preach on, Freddie. It's just, and you took the infectious word from me too. I mean, this is just, it's. We were talking a little while ago with Chief Viscuso about baseball. Hitting is contagious. A positive attitude is contagious. It's the same thing. It's infectious. It's contagious. And if you keep preaching that positivity, man, people are reaching out to you for a reason. Be that person that they need, and just keep throwing that positive message, man. This is humbling.
Thank you, man. Thank you so much, man. Listen, I am so happy that I got in contact with you guys. You guys contacted me. That you found me. I am so happy. I am so thankful that God is putting beautiful people in my way. And like I said, if I can help someone, I'm here, man. This is it. We're here to help each other out. That's what we're here for. We're here to give a brother a hand regardless. And, focus on the good thing. Focus on the positive part of anything. Because I believe that everything happens for a reason. You don't think so when you're going through it. You think, oh, why me? Why am I going through this crap? But whatever you're going through is helping someone around you. If it's not helping yourself, that's the way it works. But unfortunately, we don't look at it like that, and I just try to do my best to change the perspective of things, to put a different vision on things that happen. There's a bunch of shit that happens to me after that, but I always decide, all right, it's got to be a reason for it. And I relax and I cool down, and it works out, and I'm just so thankful, man. So thankful. I think we should get together sometimes, and we should meet each other like in person. For real.
Absolutely.
I mean it.
I need a hug.
I hope I get invited back again so you guys can get my hug, man.
Absolutely.
Right, you're already back.
I hope so, man. This is amazing. I love it. I really do. This is amazing. You guys make me feel so comfortable, man. I feel comfortable. Just talking to you guys. It's like you said, sitting down at the kitchen table and just, and
that's the goal, man.
I like
why we do it.
That's it. I love this. This is amazing. This podcast is amazing, guys. I'm gonna follow you. I already started watching you guys. It's amazing. I really hope this thing just get millions and millions of views. Just because you guys are doing something great, man. You guys doing something beautiful.
We hope it, man.
Yeah. Oh no,
we're just trying to help a brother out, man. We don't have any motives. We don't have any real direction. We're just trying to help a brother out and be the real man's fire podcast. You know what I mean? The real man, the real fireman's podcast, where we talk about real stuff. We don't talk about just fluff. We talk about the real stuff.
Yeah, man, it's beautiful. This is awesome. This is amazing. Honestly, it's what people want to hear. Like, just normal talk, like normal firefighter talking. This is amazing.
Yeah,
this is good.
Now I know you said you're not huge on social media, but just in case there is somebody out there that's looking for inspiration, can they reach out to you? Can they?
Yeah,
Facebook or whatever? Yeah,
of course. I mean, I have been, a couple of people have been reaching out, which is amazing. I don't mind. If I can give a hand to anyone, I will help us however I can. And if I can push you forward, or, maybe meet somebody else or whatever, I'm here, man. I'm the type of person that I love to help people, man.
Incredible.
Yeah, of course. I just opened an Instagram because someone told me to, listen, you should, do an Instagram. So I'm telling you, I have nothing, dude. I don't have TikTok. I have nothing. I got Facebook. I probably opened it 8 years ago and never posted anything. Until maybe like 3 weeks ago.
Well,
no, but
you got like 1 month to get 1,000 followers on, and we'll help you get 1,000 followers on TikTok, so that way you can go live with us when we do the fill the boot, virtual fill the boot on TikTok.
Someone told me to open a TikTok, and I haven't yet. I haven't done it. I honestly haven't, because I'm not a social media thing. Like on Instagram, I post something, and I don't want the voice or anything to come on. I'm like, I just don't know. The other day, I had to tell my sister, hey, I need you to delete this picture because I don't know how to delete it. Like, can you delete this? So I post something I shouldn't, and she was like, yeah. So yeah, I'm just getting my feet wet on that, and I hope I can do the stuff so people can reach out and hopefully I can help someone.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
good stuff.
Well, thank you, Miguel. This was amazing. Everybody, it's shift change. Make sure you pass off your reports. Pass off some positivity this week.
Of course.
That's the message this week. Be positive.
Pay it forward.
Of course. And no matter where you are, it seems like no matter where you are, you can always look back and reach someone and, reach out to someone that might need help. No matter where you are, doesn't matter. You can always help somebody else, I guess.
Amen. Amen.
Your closing
hey guys,
message.
I love you guys. When I mean that 100%. I love you guys. So nice to meet all of you guys. I wish I can meet you guys in person. I hope soon. I think eventually it'll happen.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, and I love this. I love this. Definitely hope to come back and just say hi to you guys again.
For sure.
100%.
Thanks for coming on.
Thank you, man.
Miguel, you're the best. Miguel Baez, everybody.
Thank you, guys. I love you guys. I love you. Thank you. Be safe. Stay safe, all right?
Before you leave, hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and give these firemen a huge thumbs up. Also, make sure you check out thecoolfireman.com for more. Thanks!